Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 21 of the Dungeon Lore series. In this series, I hope to expand upon things you might not know about Final Fantasy XIV dungeons, as well as discuss their individual stories and lore. This episode's dungeon is the hard mode version of Brayflox's Longstop. Although we haven't encountered much of them during our time in Eorzea, the Illuminati, a large tribe of goblins, are said to have scholarly knowledge comparable even to that of the Keepers of Sharlayan. Their zeal and determination has them stealing and repurposing Magitech weaponry for their own, even willing to go so far as murder to further their goals. Mutamix Bubblypots, a goblin famed for his knowledge of materia, was once a member of the organisation, but promptly left upon a disagreement with his kin, citing the refusal to share their knowledge as the reason he left. The Warrior of Light in the meantime speaks with Blozoing and Mordona, who informs us that he has been seeking us out at the behest of Durstvites, a culinarian from Costa del Sol. Sending us in the direction of Weissgate once more, they note to thank Durstvites for finding us, and ask if we remember Brayflox Alltalks, the goblin who once agreed to share her famous cheese recipe for assistance in clearing our home. Once again, she appears to be having trouble, and so Weissgate sends us to speak with her outside the entrance to her Longstop. We meet with Brayflox, clearly in quite a panic over the renewed ransacking of her abode. She tells us that the invaders are none other than the Illuminati, trying to hunt down and steal Brayflox's secret. We discover that this secret is the very same cheese recipe we once fought tooth and nail to procure, and that while the recipe in question was obtained by Brayflox in a not-so-honest way, the Illuminati would rather keep the recipe under lock and key. Brayflox vehemently states that cheese is a goblin birthright, and that no one has made the Illuminati the lords of the cheese. She then requests that we take charge into the Longstop once more, to flush out the goblins and secure the cheese recipe once and for all. As we enter the Longstop, we see Brayflox standing atop a small pile of debris. When we approach, she tells us to follow her and charges forth into the Longstop. The enemies in this first area are a mix of wandering beasts and the first soldiers of the Illuminati. Proceeding around the scrap walls, a god machine from the rear of the area takes aim intermittently at the party with a cannon shell. Once the party reaches the barricade between themselves and the god machine, we collect a tiny key from the Illuminati soldier, and the machine retreats through the cavern, heading deeper into the hideout. We head up the bridge into the Thick Twine, where adventurers originally began their conquest to reclaim Brayflox's Longstop. Defeating the beasts, we use our tiny key to unlock the Runstop headgate and proceed into the Runstop front block, where we face the Illuminati commander. During this fight, the commander will use his Goblin Rush to cleave and swipe at the tanking party member. He will also call upon his snipers to attempt to continuously shoot a party member until incapacitation. This can be interrupted by having another party member stand between the targeted adventurer and the sniper. Finally, the commander launches volleys of its bombs, exploding in a specific pattern and damaging the party. After the commander falls, Brayflox appears from the nearby foliage and again charges into the living quarters of the Longstop. Heading into the area, the god machine reappears, this time sending forth waves of Illuminati gliders to intercept the party. The goal within the small village is to help liberate the trapped goblins in cages dotted around the place, by defeating the Illuminati troops standing guard next to them. After freeing the third goblin, Brayflox catches up to us once more, and shows us a secret path hidden behind a small boulder in the nearby wall. This tunnel leads us straight into the rear half of the Longstop proper, and we find ourselves face to face with the Magitech Vanguard G3. During this fight, the stolen Magitech uses its appendages to damage the party. Its drill cannons will pierce any court in front of it, and it will occasionally place puddles of ceruleum, which can quickly become out of control as they cover the arena floor. It will also summon more Illuminati gliders, which attack the party. Avoiding the ceruleum, the party must defeat the gliders, as the Vanguard will use its needle burst, damaging the party more if the gliders are uninjured. When the Vanguard itself is injured, it will use its overburst, exploding any nearby cerulean puddles and damaging any caught in the blast. Upon defeat, the party can follow the path through to the deepest part of the Longstop. We collect another key from the nearby soldiers, which in turn opens the adjacent gate, and follow the path up the hill to a final barricade along with several more of the Illuminati. After the goblins fall and we collect the final key, we can follow the tunnel through to Unguessed Breachhold, where a familiar machine awaits us, along with its pilot. We see Brayflox take a brave leap towards Stop-Click's Grizzly Fist, the presumed leader of the Illuminati troops in the Longstop, but she is blasted away by the return of the God Machine G6, which Stop-Click then commandeers, and with it attacks the party. During this fight, the God Machine will occasionally call forth more Illuminati snipers and soldiers. The former will target a party member similarly to the one seen with the Illuminati commander. As the machine becomes damaged, it will begin rolling at high speeds around the perimeter of the arena, calling forth many bombs to the centre. These bombs deal huge damage with a large radius and must be pushed away by the party. The machine fires upon party members with its guns and cannons, as well as its wide-reaching flamethrower. When injured, the machine once more begins a run of the arena, spawning the bombs as usual. However, after these bombs are dealt with, the machine begins charging through the centre of the arena and calls forth an enormous bomb. This bomb cannot be pushed away, and so the party must destroy the bomb before it detonates, or face an explosive end. Upon defeat, the God Machine stutters and breaks, exploding and forcibly ejecting its occupant. And that brings us to an end of the story and lore of the hard mode version of Brayflox's Longstop. A second journey through a self-made home of an ambitious goblin for an attempt to rescue a sacred cheese recipe once again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy XIV lore, and I'll see you next time for Hullbreaker Royal.